gotta be love, not fear, not fame. Don't care who talks about it. It's time I give myself permission. Bring my heart to your attention. Next truth, gotta be love, some tears, some rain. Don't care who knows about them days, cause now I celebrate those times for what they show me. Gotta be love. Proof needed to trust in me and cosmic possibility. Surfing on this energy until I'm mountain high. Up in the sky when lows appear, the voice in me sounds crystal clear. There's no time, no hesitation, just enjoy the ride.
Singer, songwriter, producer, artivist, community activist, recipient of the Harry Belafonte Best Song for Social Change Award at the 2025 Grammys. So much more to know about this man, but we're about to find out because he is here live and in person. Iman Jordan, good morning.
Hello, hello. Early morning too, especially for me. I'm an artist, so you know.
I know. We needed to make sure you were still up, rather than you were back out.
Exactly.
Tell us what we just heard. The song we just heard.
That song is called Odyssey, and it's a track that I put out in 2022. Produced it, and yeah, it's just, I think it was a pretty good morning wake me up song for me, I guess, as well. Just about like following my heart, and I think that was a pivotal song for me because it was a moment where I was like, which way do I go? Do I follow my heart? Do I go the course of love, the route of love? And that's what that song's about.
I mean, which sounds simple, but when you're talking about the entertainment business model, it's not always that cut and dried, is it?
No. And then you throw on algorithms and social media and just trying to keep up with like everything that's happening. It becomes your brain gets kind of confused as an artist about what do I focus on? You know, do I follow what the algorithm is telling me to do? Do I follow the trends, or do I follow what I'm thinking about and feeling?
I mean, the algorithm is deadly, I would think, for an artist. I saw someone yesterday getting a whole bunch of clicks because they decide to show their breasts.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, you know, as an artist, there's kind of a pressure. What new trick can I pull out of my hat to get some attention in this attention economy?
Yeah, it is like that. I mean, and then when it comes to putting out your music, I mean, I'm a singer. I want to talk about music. I want to show my music when people hear it. And I want to do more now. I'm doing more than that now. But when you have to push music, like if I put the song out, I have to spam you with this song like so many times that I'm over it. I'm like, I don't even know if I like this record anymore because I'm posting this so much. So there's a lot of mental things that comes with being an artist now. I mean, I think it's always been that way. You know, they say that being an artist is less about talent and more about nervous system regulation.
I heard something about that. I don't know if it was also about mental toughness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got to be able to hear all these no's.
Exactly.
And you've got to be able to keep going despite all of these pressures.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, and it's it's nonstop. And then now they've figured out a way to actually add a number to your feedback loop. So now it's like, not only did you just get a soft no, but also you got 2 likes on that post, and then that can really do it can really do you in, you know?
I was wondering what number you were talking about.
Yeah.
Now I understand what you, because we're always, you know, sort of quantified, right? How much did you sell? How many likes? How many clicks?
Yeah.
The engagement? How many concert tickets?
It's true.
And how does that jibe with even having an artist consciousness?
I mean, it's they work in opposite directions, honestly, and it's good, of course. I mean, it's beautiful that, like with social media, that you're able to access people directly, because before there were the gatekeepers, you know, with where it's radio or the label, or certain people had the connections, and now I can access you directly, which is awesome. But it's also now kind of a crazy space where you're being inundated with all of these other inputs and trying to keep up track with Facebook or not even Facebook, but Instagram and TikTok's algorithm, which wants you to post 2 or 3 times a day a lot of times. So that's been something that's really been a thing that I've been wanting to focus on, and especially after winning the award, I wanted to focus on artist wellness and mental health and mindset, because I do believe that artists are the emotional first responders of the world. And if we're sick and confused and not clear about what we're doing, then how can we even, be a service to ourselves, let alone the world? And so that I've created a nonprofit called the Artwell Coalition, which the ethos is, in order to heal the world, we need to heal the artist. So that's been kind of put me on that journey of trying to figure that out, and started some podcasts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I want to talk more about that. Luckily, we have time, which is great. But that idea of the artist being healthy, doing yoga or mental health stuff, or protecting themselves with boundaries, is pretty new. I mean, I feel like I have 2 poets for parents, and I feel like this idea that artists, are junkies, or they're supposed to be starving and, not be concerned with their physical or mental well-being, was really kind of trendy for probably hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm. I could see that. I mean, I think we've probably gone through like periods where there was, I guess even the hippie era was still very much like drugs, sex, and rock and roll. I guess,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're going into this new age where it has to be on the table. Like,
I love that. I feel like it's the millennials and Gen Z that are saying, no, we're not doing that. And even like checking, their parents and saying, no, you got to take care of yourself. I love that for us.
Yeah.
I love that for us so much. Is that part of why you decided to run a marathon?
It was.
That's crazy. You're like, okay, Artwell, let me be the example.
I think so. I think, which is crazy. So I have no experience running. I'll go to the gym, but cardio was the first thing I would skip. You know what I mean?
Right.
So one day, it was like August, and I was just like, you know what? I want to train like an athlete. And I think that, because I was thinking that maybe that would translate over into my art. And I think these are the type of conversations that I want to have more with artists, and talk about how do you transition certain skill sets that you might get from, say, running a marathon, having mental toughness, or like challenging yourself, in order to get through life and get through getting 1,000 no's before you get that one yes, all of those things. And so that's why I did it. And
so in August, you thought, I think I'll run a marathon.
Yeah.
Not being a runner.
Never been.
And then you just completed the LA Marathon this weekend.
Yeah,
that's
half
that's
marathon. I did
crazy,
the half
right?
marathon.
Okay.
Yeah.
13 miles.
Yes.
It's a really long way.
And I missed the turnoff for the half marathon at the end of the race, because my friends were right there and I missed it, and I ran an extra 1.5 miles by accident, which was brutal. I was really
That is brutal. I mean, especially for someone, because usually people that do marathons are training over years and years to develop stamina, and it's not like losing a few pounds that you can do real quick.
No, but you'd be surprised, like once you just start, then I just believe, like, once you start something, I mean, no, I wouldn't do 26 miles, but I found that I got up to 5 miles or 4 miles, and then I was like, oh, I can keep going. And it's kind of like that with everything, it's kind of a, you got to poke holes into whatever limitation you think you have out there, and then you find that you actually can level up, a lot faster than you think.
That race was crazy anyway. I saw the very end with the guy Nathan Martin, the track coach, who surges at the last minute and wins by 1 second.
Insane.
And I thought to myself, mental toughness. That's what that is. He's way behind, and he just pushes himself. He just finds it.
I don't know how. Because he had run 26 miles already, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You kept a little something to the back so you could push out.
Saved a little something in the thigh or something down there. And it came back.
Somewhere, but you did it. Congratulations. That's excellent. I mean, it's only 2 days later. I'm sure your body must be going, what did I do?
I'm better. Yesterday I was hurting.
That's good bounce back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're pretty fit. But do you feel inspired by yourself in terms of your art right now?
I do, actually.
Yeah.
I really do. it showed me like, oh, I can do things that I didn't think possible. And so with this artistry stuff, I mean, I've been in the music industry for a long time, and it's always been about just getting music out and hopefully getting notoriety about my music. Now it's like, okay, well, how do I, create more notoriety around my ideas too, or around my the causes I believe in, things that are very outside of what I was doing originally. And so it's kind of scary, it is very scary. I mean, and it also feels like you're starting over, it's like,
oh, wow.
So yeah, it's been helpful for that.
Well, I want to hear more about this award you got, how that came to be, about your work as a writer. You are a singer, you are a producer, but it seems like you've been on quite a journey in terms of, really solidifying your voice and really taking the activism part of artivism and the artivism part and finding that balance. I want to hear about all of that. Iman Jordan is our guest, and we're going to hear more music, of course. Keep it right here, KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day. All the women who independent, throw your hands up at me.
This March, we're turning up the volume on the women who changed everything. KBLA Talk 1580 is proud to celebrate Women's History Month, honoring the trailblazers, truth tellers, and game changers who shaped our world, our culture, and our community. From the freedom fighters to the firsts, from the boardroom to the front lines, from the unsung to the unforgettable. All month long, we're celebrating the stories, the voices, and the conversations that remind us that women, Black women, have always led the way. Don't miss a moment. This is our moment. This is our story. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580, Los Angeles' home for the conversations that matter.
I'm your girl, you're my girl, we're your girls. Won't you know that we love you?
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Pray for the picket signs. Pray for the Gaza skies in the the dead of night, all the forgotten ones pray for peace. Pray for a quiet mind. All my life, anniversaries, all the adversities, pray for life. 'Cause we don't talk anymore, I don't know what for, ain't it plain to see? Love is all we need. Can we talk a little more? Use our words over war. If you hear my plea, will you rescue me? Keep hope alive, but it comes at a price. And if you want a better life, it's a roll of a dice. Can life be for me? Life be for me now. I tell my mom there's a sun in the dawn, but it's so hard to let the light.
That song is called Deliver. Beautiful song. Yeah, the poetry is really nice. So you're a writer, you're a producer, you're a singer,
Yeah.
And you're an activist.
Yes.
And from what, I obviously I saw you at sankofa.org, the benefit. You were there performing along with Aloe Black. Danny Glover was there. That must have been wild. It's performing for all those folks, Dolores Huerta. But you kind of indicated that you have leaned more into your artivism, more into the activism within the music lately.
Yeah.
So tell me about that movement, that journey to getting more and more political, if you will, or more and more social impact as opposed to moving away from it.
I think that, the times have changed kind of what I'm thinking about and talking about on a regular basis. And it was right after COVID, so around 2021. And I'm having all these conversations with my mom and just my friends, and just worried about the direction that we're going in society. And I felt called to make a project around that. And it had not thought of that before. I think that before, just to give you some background, I started off in music in LA about 20 years ago. So I've been doing music for a long time.
And you write songs for everybody.
Yeah. So I started off in the live scene in LA, originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, grew up in music and stuff like that. And started doing the live music, signed to MySpace Records for a singles deal, just at the tail end of MySpace. MySpace was tanking. I was the violinist still playing on the Titanic as it was going down. And so did that, ended up getting the attention of Crucial Keys, who did all the Alicia Keys stuff. So ended up signing to Alicia Keys camp through Crucial Brothers, who was the producer of her projects. And did put out music independently, ended up signing Interscope, went through the whole process. And I was going by Mateo at the time, but I was hiding
Your
who
artist's
I was.
name was Mateo.
It was Mateo.
Okay.
And I was hiding who I was the entire time because I was in the closet and didn't feel like I could be who I really was and do R&B music and urban music especially. And so had a come to Jesus moment, ended up coming out and came back to LA because I was in New York at the time and was writing music. Ended up one of those records became Rihanna's Desperado, and then a couple other records, did some stuff for Alicia Keys and some other artists, and was doing the rounds and decided to come back to my real authentic self, my real name, Iman Jordan, the name that my mama gave me. She's been telling me this whole time, why don't you go by Iman? And so I was like, I'm going to put out music independently and follow this journey of authenticity. And so that journey, starting in 2018, is what eventually led to me doing this kind of music. I think it's just been a road towards really getting back to what I really care about, who I am. And I didn't think anybody would even listen to this song, Deliver, but I originally wrote it for a Christmas party that I had, and I was doing it honoring, the moment. And then I posted something online, and it had some virality to it. And I was like, oh, man, I should put this out, and I should do a whole project about it. And it was really a surprise to me, it really, really was. But it was also like this God wink that like when I lean into the things that I really, really care about, that somehow the universe comes and supports it in some way. And so, yeah, I put the record out. It had some viral moments, and then all of a sudden a friend of mine hit me and said, hey, you should submit this record for the Harry Belafonte Best Song for Social Change Award, which I had never heard of. It was the first year that it was called the Harry Belafonte Award. And I was sure they were going to pick a huge artist. I was like, okay, yeah. But I was in my follow-through era, and I was like, I'm going to follow through, I submitted it, forgot about it, and then randomly in December before the Grammys, I got a cryptic email in the middle of the night that said, hey, we have some exciting news. Let's jump on, can we jump on a Zoom tomorrow with the Academy? And that's when they told me the news, and everyone else who was a part of it. I had, another co-writer, another producer helped me with the record, all family, people that I love, and real family, because my dad is playing guitar at the very end of the record, so he has writing credit as well, and he also won a Grammy.
Oh, that's so dope.
So,
how did you react when you heard that?
Shock. I have it videotaped, and because I was like, either they're gonna tell me that I won, or they're gonna say, hey man, we're gonna play your song at the reception, and you're gonna be like, okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? I thought, right, but I was like, either way, I'm gonna record this reaction. And I was dancing and jumping up and down, and yeah, tearful, all of that, because I've been doing music for a while, and this was definitely a bucket list item, but I didn't think that it would happen this way.
Bucket list item meaning getting a Grammy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it would happen this way. I was like, there's no way. It would be that I'm already like, hey, a huge artist, and then I get this Grammy. In this case, it was like, no, it was me following this other route, and it really it talks about this possibilities. We think that there's only one way to do things, but there's so many ways as long as you're open to it, And all of a sudden we're front row at the Grammys. Like, I'm there with my dad, which is crazy,
That's dope.
Yeah.
And to me, it's also, like exactly what you said. Okay, I'm going to be true to myself, and God saying, yeah, that's what I wanted.
That's what I wanted.
That's what I was asking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's dope. I love that so much. Has that opened doors? Has it changed how you're viewed? I mean, as opposed to how you view yourself, which is always an evolving thing. Has it changed how the industry relates to you?
You know what? It's a weird thing. It's not like after the award, the floodgates of attention came through,
right, necessarily.
But it, when you talk about industry, it's like instead of industry, it turned into community, and so, which was great, and there was a moment where I had to figure out, okay, what does this mean for me now? But it's how I use it, and when I walk in the door, or when I say it, it automatically opens the door, like automatically, in a way that actually just surprises me. I'm just always in shock. I've been in industry for a while, so even I've met people with Grammys, so I'm like, oh, but like when you say that in some other place outside of LA or some other community, it's like, whoa, that's amazing. And that really opens the doors. And it opens the doors for also me starting the nonprofit, starting doing the podcast, doing some of the other things that I want to do to help the the world. And so it's been great.
Yeah, I think it's that's a good point about, what does it say to the world? But also, honestly, it is a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? No matter how you slice it, it's a huge deal. But I think it's even a bigger deal for someone like you because you already have a track record.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're a guy who wrote a song and then did that and then that happened. You've written a hit for Rihanna.
Yeah.
And so that plus Grammy says something different. It says this guy's a force to be reckoned with.
All right. Amen to that.
Yes, indeed. and how about, you say you weren't able to be true to yourself and you finally changed your name back to the name your mama gave you and came out. How has that changed your standing or, the way you're able to work or not work as an artist?
I mean, it's kind of funny because, like, a lot of times there's things that we think people care about or we make them the impediment ourselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say back in the day, before Frank Ocean, it didn't seem like you could do music and and be gay. I mean,
especially if you're anywhere in a hip hop arena and you do rap. I mean,
yeah, and R&B stuff. Like it just wasn't even possible. Like,
right.
Because I remember even being at Interscope, and I remember my manager coming back from a meeting with the head of radio there and my A&Rs, and then the head of radio was like, "Hey, I just hear he's a big fruit." You know what I mean? He's like saying this kind of stuff.
Wow.
And yeah, and at Interscope, and then that made me even not want to come out even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't think that it was possible. But then when it came down to when I did decide, like nobody cared in my inner circle, so that was done. I think also that the times changed, so then it wasn't even a big deal. It opened up me to another huge community, like a queer community that I'm so like thankful for. Even when I would go back to where I'm from in Cincinnati, Ohio, like people that I thought would have been more conservative about it are actually don't really care, you know? So, I don't think it's really been in anything like that's been hard to deal with. I would say it's actually been very freeing and very releasing. So
yeah, I love the way you put that. We create impediments for ourselves. Whatever it is, we all do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I do it sometimes. I'm like, girl, who's standing in your way? Oh, that would be me. Iman Jordan is our guest, and we got a lot more music, a lot more conversation. Want to hear about the podcast? Want to hear a little more in depth about your nonprofit and the work that you're doing? All that is coming up on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. U.S. operations in Iran enter a second week with Secretary of State Marco Rubio calling it an extraordinary operation.
This regime in Iran has less missiles, has less launchers, their factories work less, and their navy is being eviscerated.
President Trump attended a dignified transfer of 6 soldiers. A federal judge has dismissed a $1 billion lawsuit filed by Kendrick Johnson's parents in Georgia over his 2013 death, citing immunity protections and procedural issues. Johnson's family, long disputing the official findings and alleging a cover-up, has already filed an appeal. And Live Nation and the DOJ have reached a settlement in their antitrust case after testimony threatened a breakup with Ticketmaster. The 2010 merger was accused of creating an illegal monopoly that inflated ticket prices. Live Nation will now reportedly pay about $200 million in damages. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Visit Hard Rock Casino Tejon for the $500,000 Luck of the Irish BMW drawing. Drawings every Thursday in March. Hard Rock Casino Tejon, the closest casino to downtown LA. The excitement starts here at the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon.
Is this the tiger? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
A milestone moment for the Clippers Monday night at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood. They beat the New York Knicks 126-118 to reach the 500 mark this season for the first time since November 3rd. On December 18th, the Clippers were 6-21 and appeared to be headed toward one of the worst seasons in franchise history. They are 26-11 since that date. This is one of the best turnarounds the NBA has seen in quite a while. Major props to Clippers coach Ty Lue for keeping this team from falling apart. The Clippers have moved up to the 8th spot in the Western Conference with 18 games left in the regular season. Kawhi Leonard had 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists last night. Benedict Mathurin scored 22 of his 28 in the second half off the bench. Darius Garland, making his second start at point guard, had 23 points and 7 assists. The Clippers are at home Wednesday night against Minnesota. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay. I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
To sleep at night with the lights on, yeah. Waiting for the breakdown, bomb clouds, chaos in the streets now, no signs of stopping. Hard to know which side that I've been on, yeah. Are we killing just to take ground, men down, headed for a breakdown if we can't stop it, yeah. Love don't stop it, yeah.
What about the mothers, the mothers, the mothers of this earth, birthing eternal life from the void inside? We forgot the great divine. Humanity is calling out, God save the children. They're all we've got, you know. It's time for us to come home.
Gotta stop it. KBLA Talk 1580. Iman Jordan is in the studio. That is your song. What would you like to say about that one?
That song's featuring the amazing Kia Victoria singing the second verse, and also another great artist is Ziza Love. A lot of these records are they're local LA artists, or they live in LA, and super beautiful souls. And even on the Deliver record, that choir is a whole bunch of my artist friends who jumped on it. So
I love
it's
that.
a lot of love on there.
Yeah.
And in this particular, that sample, that War in the East, War in the West, is a sample that I took from Sinead O'Connor's speech that she gave, where she was reciting a Bob Marley song. and she was on there and she was speaking it, and I was able to kind of like change it up and create this kind of sample out of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Back to the producer part.
Yeah.
How do you, I mean, that song feels so like you wrote it the day before yesterday, where we are, you know, in the world right now.
Yeah.
How do you process stuff? You just let it come through? Are you writing to an event? Are you writing to, what are you responding to? Or are you responding to anything?
I mean, that when I wrote that record, I was responding to what was happening in the Israeli-Palestinian war and conflict. So it specifically was about that. And the crazy thing is, what you just said is true, is like me listening to it now, it feels relevant now, and it feels very different than when I created it, but then the same as well, because now we're in this new war, or, you know, could be war. So it's interesting that we're back at this place.
Yeah, and where we need that inspiration. How do you decide which songs go to you and which songs go to Alicia Keys, Rihanna, Jazmine Sullivan, Charlie Wilson, you know, whoever you might have that wants a song?
Well, usually, so I started off as an artist, so I'm usually creating songs for me to sing.
Okay.
Or whoever's in the room. Like, if we're all like creating music, that's usually, I always think that other people want the songs that I wrote for myself. You know what I mean? That's just kind of, or like a lot of times when I was doing the songwriting round, so especially after Desperado, I traveled and went to like all over the world and did music and songwriting and stuff. And you're with a new group of people every day, and you're creating songs. It's like speed dating, pretty much.
Wow.
And and at first it's fun, and then it's like, oh, I kind of want something deeper than this. I want real love, but it's kind of like that where I'm like, let's create for us, because I don't think we can create for whoever else. I don't think Benson Boone or whoever or Doechii wants the song that we're creating for her. I think that Doechii writes her own songs, but I think they want something that we're excited about, you know, and that's usually how that goes.
Talk to me about Artwell. Like, what are you working on? How can folks be involved? Do you want folks to be involved?
Yeah, for sure. So the Artwell Coalition is the new nonprofit that I started, and it's fiscally sponsored by Creative Visions, which Kathy Eldon's company, which is awesome because I met her through Gina Belafonte.
Shout out Gina Belafonte.
Yeah, shout out Gina. I'm surprised just now saying her name.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I met Kathy, and so I started this, and it, as I said before, the ethos is in order to heal the world, we need to heal the artist. So it's a creative wellness, social impact resource. We do a couple of different things. One is a friend of mine named Ko. She started this camp called Resonant Roots that she did 2 of them last year, and there's going to be another one this year. And I'm partnering with her on these wellness retreats for artists. And basically, we go out to this studio in Topanga Canyon. It starts off very much like kind of, you know, spiritual practice. What do you hear from your ancestors? Very much kind of that kind of stuff in a really beautiful location. And then we create music from that space. And then the songs that we create, those songs become vehicles for raising money for charities. And so I had the idea, too, because I went to a We Are the World documentary that Gina Belafonte was on the panel for, and I thought, like, well, how can we make these micro We Are the Worlds? Like, can we replicate that all over the place? And it doesn't have to be these smash hits, but many different artists that want to give back, and they want to help a charity or fundraise for something in their local communities. How can we do these types of things in those places and incentivize artists to be able to do it, because sometimes the incentives aren't really there. And so I want to support that. So that's one piece. And then the other piece is a podcast called Artivism, and it's where I bring on artists and we talk about their, like, the things that they deal with, artist mindset, you know, just imparting knowledge about how to be a artist in this day and age, and also how can we help the community. So it's a beautiful kind of endeavor. I'm just starting. It just launched a month ago.
Okay. Congrats.
Thank you so much. But it's really cool because it's great conversation. We shoot it in my loft downtown, And also, my partner is a production designer, so
Nice.
we
Convenient.
create music videos and all that stuff together. But yeah, it's been a really awesome experience, and so we're still building on that. And there's going to be a whole bunch of other artists that are jumping on. As I told you before, for some reason, artists are jumping on this podcast before they'll get in the studio with me. So so yeah, it's going to be a really good season.
Well, that means they like to talk to you, which
Yeah.
is a good thing. So how do we find the podcast? Where do we hear it?
It's on all platforms, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's on YouTube. So any place that the pod if you listen to podcasts is there, and also social media. It's artivism.podcast on Instagram.
Oh, artivism.podcast. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
And what about for the Art World Coalition, artivism.podcast or wherever we get our podcast
Yeah.
is where we can find your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the organization, the nonprofit? How do we connect?
Yeah, sure. It's artwellcoalition.org. So it's Artwell, ARTWELL coalition.org, and you can see some information about the camps that we do and how that raises money for instance, like Deliver. We actually raise money for the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. With that was the whole idea of actually putting the record out. I didn't say that before, but we wanted to raise money for the organization. So that's it's all like linking artist wellness and mental health to social impact, and so it's kind of it's like a beautiful like circle, I think.
And when we want to track your performances, and I recommend you do. I got to get a little taste of your performance at the Chaplin Studios in Hollywood. It was quite great. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
How can we see you live?
So you can check me out at any performances that I'm going to have, and especially in LA. I put them up on my page. So that's Iman Jordan Music on Instagram. It's Iman_Jordan on TikTok. And so I post all of my performances and stuff like that.
I follow you on Instagram. I got to follow you on TikTok now.
Yeah.
Continuing the conversation with artist, producer, activist, artivist, and now podcaster, Iman Jordan, when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominic DePrima when we come forward. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. The midterm election campaign season is here now. The 2028 presidential election is right around the corner. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. It's all in for 2026 and 2028. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
They call it progress, but progress has a price. Land once held in black hands, taken, stolen, erased. Acres paved into highways, fields burned. Homes replaced by parking lots and broken promises. Every deed lost was a dream deferred. We talk about millionaires, but what about the millionaires that never were? The farmers whose soil was seized. The families who watched their inheritance disappear. The wealth that never had a chance to grow because its roots were ripped from the ground. They took the land, but never the legacy, because the soil remembers, and so do we. Every story matters. Our mission is to collect, preserve, and amplify these stories. If this is part of your family's history, visit blacklandlost.org/share your story and help bring us closer to justice.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, Dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. I mean, mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
It's never too early to start talking about money in realistic ways with your kids. JP Morgan Chase navigates how to educate your kids now about creating long-lasting, healthy money habits. Whether your kids are in elementary school, high school, or college, now is a great time to start a conversation about ways to create healthy money habits as they grow, ultimately benefiting their financial future. Talking about money in a realistic way to support your kids' lifestyle and dreams, your first banking account geared towards high school or college. It's never too early. Explaining the basics, what you earn and what you spend, building financial confidence starts with getting organized. Learning and practicing vital money skills now will stay with them for life. Tools they will have to stay on top of their finances and achieve their goals. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is dedicated to inspiring youth and resilience through storytelling, arts, filmmaking, and enrichment programs for youth and families in under-resourced communities and system-impacted individuals. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit providing free and low-cost arts programs to youth and families from under-resourced communities, both system-impacted youth and those affected by the incarceration of a loved one. 1 in 43 children in America have a parent incarcerated. 70% of those children are expected to end up in prison. Through filmmaking, animation, theater, and writing, they help young people express themselves, build confidence, and imagine new possibilities. Beyond the arts, they offer financial literacy workshops, emergency support, and scholarships. Because thriving takes more than talent, it takes access. To learn more about the impact of Michael Daughters Foundation and how you can be a part of the movement, please visit their website, michaelsdaughterfoundation.com. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
He's the son of a school teacher and Navy veteran who built a company worth billions and walked away from it. Tom Steyer, pledging to give away half of everything he earned to charity and fight for Californians. So when out-of-state corporations weren't paying their fair share of taxes, Tom Steyer led the fight for Prop 39 and won, earning California billions of dollars for our schools. Tom took on big oil to stop them polluting our air and water and smash them. Tom fought for free school lunches so no child goes hungry. Tom Steyer, strong enough to take on the special interests crushing us with the cost of living. As governor, Tom will stop Wall Street from buying up middle-class homes, lower utility rates by 25%, and ban corporate PAC money from our politics. Other politicians talk. Tom Steyer gets it done. Ad paid for by Steyer for Governor 2026.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Iman Jordan is my guest, and you are a multi-talented, multifaceted artist. I'm really feeling so blessed that you're here in the studio. Obviously, you're a songwriter, producer, you're an activist, artivist. Artwell is your nonprofit.
Yeah.
You have the Artivism podcast. Got a lot of jobs. Yeah. How do you... What's your vision for yourself? I mean, I know people don't like comparison, but where do you see yourself going ultimately?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's as I said, I think it's changed a lot after the award and everything too. That I want to be able to continue doing my music and being able to do that all around the world, but also align with organizations that are helping in whatever way, if it's NGOs or if it's, an organization like Global Citizen, and being able to kind of like amplify the message in a way. So, and it doesn't mean that I'm only singing about politics and social stuff. I'm going to sing about love. I'm going to sing about all those types of things. But I think it's rooted in that kind of place, in a place that you would put we were talking about a Stevie Wonder in a song The Key of Life, where it feels like it's grounded in something that's like spiritual and and elevating, or or Lauryn Hill or something, somewhere in that vicinity. If I had a comparison in my mind, which is crazy that I would even compare myself to a Stevie Wonder, but that's what that's where I hope to go, and so wherever that leads. And I think that in this world right now, given all of the craziness that's happening, it feels so aligned with what I want to do, and it feels like it's of the best service of the world.
Yeah. I mean, to me, if you're a poet, why wouldn't you aspire to or compare to Langston Hughes? If you're a singer, why wouldn't you, or a writer, why wouldn't you say Stevie Wonder? Like, the goals the bar has to be high.
It has to. Even after winning the Harry Belafonte Best Song for Social Change Award, I was thinking like, whoa, that is crazy. I don't know. I was like, that is too big of a title. And I don't know.
For your first Grammy.
I know, too. I was just like, I hope that people don't have these high expectations. We were just talking about filling someone's shoes. There would be no way that would fill any smidgen of his shoes. But then I realized also that it's really him giving me my own shoes to wear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and also just based on the description that you just gave of where you're going, which is really where you are, it fits perfectly with a Harry Belafonte template, which is to be an artist who can function in the mainstream, can function in pop culture, can survive and thrive in Hollywood, but still always remains rooted in civil rights and in liberation. I remember well my friend, my play auntie, Miss Shabazz, the eldest daughter of Malcolm X, talking about how Harry Belafonte was there for them, when her father was murdered, and how so many things he did behind the scenes. And so it sounds to me like it's the perfect match.
Yeah.
The vibrational match was there, and the universe served it up in the form of a Grammy.
Well, amen. I love that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So where are you going next? What's the next stop? I mean, we see the big picture. What's the little picture?
The little picture is I'm continuing to put out these podcasts, the Artivism podcast, and then I'm also building up these camps so that a community of artists that want to help the world in a way and put out music that supports charity. So that's what I'm really focused on in this next year. While also working on a music project, which I have no idea what that is going to be right now. So I'm pretty confused about it. So I'm happy that I'm distracted by this because I have no idea what I want this next music project to be. But it gives me some time to just kind of experiment and see where things fall,
Well, and then what's the famous saying, when we make plans, God laughs?
I know.
So in a way, there's something powerful about not knowing what it is and just opening yourself up to the divine. Okay, what's my divine creativity saying today?
Yes. And I'm glad you said that, because one of the meditations I do a lot, and it's a Michael Beckwith meditation.
I love Reverend Beckwith. Yes, indeed.
And it is, it's looking to the higher self and saying, okay, who am I, and what's your vision? What is the vision that's trying to emerge through me right now? And being open to it, and who do I need to become in order to facilitate that vision? And that's what I've been really focused on.
That's what Sahara Ali, our resident life coach, always says, who are you willing to become? And that is the question. How do you feed yourself as an artist? How do you feed your creative thing?
Well, I meditate every morning, so that's a must. So I have a practice there. And then I also I just make sure that I take care of my relationships, like the people that I love, and make sure, and also I find the gems in everyday life. I think that a lot of times, so when I'm trying to force the creativity to happen, that means that I need to kind of go and just absorb life and be mindful and just sit in a park somewhere and explore. And so that's how I do it. And then I love traveling and stuff like that. I really love that. So those are my main ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom was a poet, and she used to always tell me, you can't do output all the time. Sometimes you have to take something in.
Totally.
You have to take in some creativity, some art, some joy.
You do.
Yes, indeed. So we have 60 seconds left before it's time to pass the microphone over to Tavis Smiley. What do you want to leave us with this morning, Iman Jordan?
I want to say that everyone out there that's listening has a unique talent, and a unique gift that they've been given and that they only have. And that's exactly what the world needs right now. And so, you know, a lot of the noise out there has us distracted and confused and overwhelmed about and feeling helpless, like we can't do anything. But really what's being asked of us is to really lean into whatever our unique gifts are. And that's a personal question, and that's a self-discovery that we all need to go through and do.
And remind us one more time how to track you and your work and your nonprofit activism.
Yes, check me out at Iman Jordan Music on Instagram, also at artivism.podcast on Instagram, and I have music out on all platforms, so check me out.
Music and podcasts out on all platforms. I love that so much. Thank you so much for supporting KBLA. There's an Artivism to start your day. The only Black-owned talk radio outlet west of the Mississippi, and one of only 5 in the entire nation. Wow. And here you are supporting us. So see that? Look at God. Thank you so very much. Tavis Smiley's up next. Y'all know that. And he's got a jam-packed, chock full of wisdom and history show for you, as per usual. Don't forget, you can find me online. I'm at Diprima Radio, DIPRIMA, and then radio everywhere, including on YouTube. Let's keep the conversation going when we're not on the radio. Keep talking, keep inspiring each other, and even keep getting on each other's nerves. Like my mama, the late, great poet laureate of San Francisco, Diane Diprima, used to say, history is now. Like I always say, we're making it together. Until tomorrow, stay creative, stay blessed. One love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. U.S. operations in Iran enter a second week, with Secretary of State Marco Rubio calling it an extraordinary operation.
This regime in Iran has less missiles, has less launchers, their factories work less, and their navy is being eviscerated.
President Trump attended a dignified transfer of 6 soldiers.